Barcelona, tell you, it's been a ride. What a vibrant city to welcoming all of us for this year's EULAR Congress. And it's been quite an interesting journey, as you saw from the airport coming to the venue here. There's been no shortage of impressions that came my way. No shortage of information. Most of it fascinating. You saw some headlines. Some of it maybe worth a second thought, a critical thought. I'm sure many of you have spotted the news that we creatively invented, clearly not scientific or fact-based. But isn't that exactly the kind of situation that we find ourselves quite often these days? Which sources do we trust? Whose words do count? Well, I'm here as a rheumatologist. We are here as a community serving patients, people with RMDs. So maybe we cannot change the world, but as those caring for people with rheumatic and musculoskeletal disease, we can at least make sure that our patients trust us. So stay with us to explore and understand what EULAR is doing to remain a trusted and evidence-based source of science and data-based information for all of us. The European Congress of Rheumatology is our flagship event that every year brings together people with RMDs, health professionals, rheumatologists, researchers, industry partners, all with the same shared purpose: to discover the latest scientific breakthroughs in the field of rheumatology and to learn from experts, to connect and collaborate across borders and to improve clinical practice for the benefit of those living with rheumatic and musculoskeletal disease. But before we move ahead with our opening ceremony, let me just emphasize one point. EULAR is here to serve all patients with RMDs, and also all who care for those patients, regardless of where they live. You are now sitting in a big room, really big room actually, with a lot of peers. Do you know your peers? Let us quickly do an exercise here and learn from where around the globe you are visiting us. So please take a moment to scan the QR code. Some of you might have a mobile device, and participate in a quick survey. We'll give you a few moments to scan. If you're not scanning, if you're not voting, your country is underrepresented. Who wants that? So we give it 10 more seconds. Few more seconds. And the votes are still rushing in. Wow. That is impressive. I'm truly inspired by such global representation. Not that I did not expect it. Not that we're doing this exercise because we're a little bit also proud of our global community and the global attendance of our Congress. But thank you very much. It's really a showcase of our mission of reach, collaboration, innovation, and ultimately improving patient care. Now, let's dive into our first highlight. And I couldn't be more proud to introduce to you our new membership platform called MyEULAR. I'm now joined by Professor Xenophon Baraliakos, the EULAR President-elect, and Professor Anna Maria Ignoko from the EULAR Past President. What an exciting moment to launch our new MyEULAR membership platform here in Barcelona together with all of you. With this initiative, we follow the trend of providing platforms that are tuned to the needs of our communities.
I couldn't agree more. MyEULAR will provide a new compelling platform for all EULAR audiences, bringing communities together and offering easy access to our many different services. MyEULAR connects you with our exceptional community of RMD professionals and offers unparalleled resources to elevate growth and success in rheumatology.
We talked earlier about EULAR's responsibility of preventing misinformation to spread on science. And the newly launched MyEULAR will be one of our ways to respond to this need. It will serve as a unified digital hub for our community to access timely and reliable RMD-related information, cater events, education, exams, and curated knowledge collection.
Also, access via a single sign-on later in November is very helpful. And I'm always the first one for getting passwords, and there's nothing less exciting or more unexciting than a password reset. So having one trusted source for all my EULAR content, from communities to the EULAR School of Rheumatology, quality of care, congress, and research is simply outstanding.
Yes, sure. And later towards next year, we will also have much more content to share in MyEULAR, and you get access to EULAR events, educational courses, grants, and volunteering opportunities easier through this really leading platform.
Exactly. During the end of this year, 2025, and next year, more features will be released on MyEULAR, and I'm convinced that MyEULAR will transform how we share content in the future. So let's go, Xenophon, and have us register to my.eular.org.
If you're not already registered, I would have expected so. Well, MyEULAR is our digital platform, and it provides resources and access to reliable, remember our intro, reliable, trustful, timely, relevant information. The EULAR Congress is the physical and in-person counterpart where our diverse community meets for 4 days. But some of you may wonder, what does EULAR actually do the other 361 days of the year when there is no EULAR Congress? I would like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thank you to all of our incredible volunteers, our dedicated committees, our vibrant communities, and last but not least, our very efficient EULAR office in Kilchberg, Zurich. Your passion, engagement, and tireless efforts are instrumental in advancing EULAR's mission to minimize the impact of rheumatic and musculoskeletal diseases on individuals and societies all year round. Whether it's through the development of tailored educational programs, through building scientific capacity, support and execution of clinical studies, and most of all, through the generous commitment of your personal time. Together, we all create a lasting impact. Thank you.
This year, the committee built over 170 sessions and invited over 300 speakers from around the world to cover a wide range of topics in basic and translational science as well as in clinical rheumatology. We hope that you enjoy the full program and our intriguing case discussions, as well as new session formats.
EULAR is committed to improving the lives of people in all age groups who are affected by rheumatic diseases through research, education and advocacy. Children and adolescents are affected by rheumatic diseases too, and our goal as the PET community is to ensure these young patients receive the best possible care.
The EULAR health professionals in rheumatology, also known as HPR, are dedicated to improving the lives of people with RMDs. As clinicians, researchers and educators, we also develop innovative interventions and co-design new technologies to support those with RMDs in managing their disease, improving their functionality and actively participating in society.
EULAR advocacy works with key policymakers to amplify the voice of rheumatology at the EU level, focusing particularly on health and social policies.
PARA collaborates closely with patient organisations and individuals with RMDs, maintaining open and flexible dialogue to keep its initiatives aligned with evolving societal needs. We deliver practical, effective outcomes and amplify the voice of people with RMDs, fostering meaningful influence within EULAR and across the broader healthcare and policy landscape.
The EULAR Research Center demonstrates EULAR's commitment to innovative research that will advance our understanding of rheumatic and musculoskeletal diseases and ultimately lead to better treatment and prevention of those diseases. Since its creation, we have awarded 100 research vouchers and several methods grants. We have participated in 7 European consortia, and we have launched 7 major initiatives to support scientists. We are proud how the EULAR Research Center, led by the EULAR Research Committee, contributes to shaping the landscape of RMD research in Europe.
For EUM, the EULAR Associated Foundation funds high-quality research to improve the lives of people with rheumatic and musculoskeletal diseases. By supporting innovative projects, we drive scientific breakthroughs in rheumatology.
The EULAR School of Rheumatology provides many cutting-edge educational opportunities. Through the year, we offer 12 online courses, 12 live workshops, monthly webinars, and scientific training grants. With it all, we aim to empower rheumatology professionals across the world to enhance the knowledge and their expertise.
EMUNET builds the next generation of rheumatologists and researchers through training, mentoring, and collaboration. Together, we connect young professionals across Europe and beyond to shape the future of rheumatology.
The EULAR Quality of Care Committee develops evidence-based recommendations on prevention, diagnosis and treatment that shape clinical practice, ensuring high-quality care for people with RMDs across Europe. Between 2024 and 2025, we guided about 14 recommendations and supported over 6 new task forces. EULAR Quality of Care aims to distribute and implement recommendations throughout Europe by various methods.
And now to the first part of the EULAR Awards. In recognition of special achievements in the field of rheumatic and musculoskeletal disease, we present our annual awards.
Congratulations to the recipients of this year's EULAR Meritorious Services Award. Professor Ruxandra Ionescu. Professor Maurizio Cuttolo. Also pleased to welcome the EULAR honorary members, Professor Anna Maria Iannocco. Dr. Elsa Mateusz. Dr. Muidimi Ndosi. Professor Dr. Caroline Ospelt. Professor Christian De Jaco. Dr. Paola Marchetta, represented by Dr. Anne Bass, who will be receiving the award on her behalf. Professor Kunihiro Yamaoka. Dr. Enrique Roberto Soriano Guppi. Dr. Julia Rautenstrauch. The Edgar Stene Prize goes to Ivan Balvers. The EULAR 2025 Award for the Best Undergraduate Teaching Concept is received by University of Pécs Medical School, Hungary, represented by Christoph József Filipánitz and Mira Zsófia Perestegi. The Forium Platinum recognition goes to UCB,
represented by Danelle Wainick Johnson,
who will be receiving the recognition on their behalf.
Congratulations again to all the award winners on these outstanding achievements, which at the end will benefit our patients. Let's now hear two patients, or from two patients, why it is so important to have access to evidence-based information and how EULAR supports them to better manage and understand their disease.
I had doctors tell me that I'm not sick and the pain is just in my mind. I'm really glad that I finally have the right diagnosis, but the challenges didn't stop there. My RMD keeps evolving and changing, but so does medicine, so it's important to stay up to date and informed.
Nobody believed me that this young, amazing, strong woman could have a serious chronic illness, at least of all me. I used to struggle with understanding what was happening to my body.
If you have rheumatic and musculoskeletal diseases, you know how challenging it can be to find trustworthy information. The complexity of the rheumatic conditions, the abundance of information, and the involvement of various stakeholders, each with their own intentions, can make it challenging to determine what is trustworthy. In addition, many rheumatologists and other healthcare professionals are still not fully aware of the EULAR recommendations. These recommendations are designed to improve patient care, but they can only make a difference if they are used.
In the beginning, I heavily relied on my doctors and my mom, who is a health professional, for any information about my RMD. When that didn't answer all the questions I had, I started to look online. But there's a lot of different information out there, and it's hard to know what you can trust.
In my practice, I've seen firsthand how crucial access to accurate information is for people with RMDs. When patients are more informed about their condition, they are better equipped to play a more active role in shared decision-making and, as a consequence, can better manage their health and well-being.
My national organization was a lifeline, enabling me to find relevant information to understand what was wrong with me. I was finally able to ask all my questions, received evidence-based information, and was part of a community of RMD patients who could exchange experiences.
Connecting with my national patient organization impacted my management of my RMD because I learned how to advocate for myself. I had access to reliable information in a language I can understand easily, and I learned how being informed improves my health outcomes and can influence my treatment course. My voice matters, and I decide what happens to me and my body.
And I'm now joined by Professor Laure Gossec, our EULAR Treasurer and new President-elect, and Dr. Elsa Matthäus, our EULAR Vice President for PARE. We have already heard a few examples of what EULAR does to remain a reliable source of trusted information. So, Elsa, from a patient point of view, why are facts and accurate information so important?
Well, thank you, Daniel. It is truly encouraging to see the many initiatives that EULAR supports to ensure that patients have access to clear and reliable information. As you've seen in the video, this is very, very important for patients. And as we all know, RMDs are complex conditions, and getting a proper diagnosis can take a long time. Living with an RMD is a learning process, and this is why the fact-based and accurate information are absolutely crucial. And this is fundamental to help patients. And of course, patients also rely on organizations, not only national organizations, but organizations like EULAR, to lead the way, to push research forward and to develop evidence-based recommendations like we've heard, and guidance on the prevention, diagnosis, classification and treatment of RMDs in Europe and beyond, because we are the leading force.
So you're absolutely right, Elsa, and this is why, in addition to our highly successful flagship journals, Annals of the Rheumatic Disease, we have now launched a new journal called ERO, EULAR Rheumatology Open. Laura, what do you think makes this journal so special, this new journal?
Well, Daniel, EULAR Rheumatology Open is an open access but peer-reviewed journal, and it's dedicated to advancing research and knowledge in the field of rheumatic and musculoskeletal diseases, as well as systemic autoimmune diseases. It's an online-only journal, and on that journal you have free access to the latest breakthroughs and innovations in rheumatology. And this journal is already started since the first issue was published this April. This new journal, which is a EULAR journal and has a EULAR stamp, is really, I believe, in alignment with EULAR's strong commitment to scientific excellence and will become a trusted source of information.
Thank you, Laura. And in the field of rheumatology, EULAR has historically been leading patient involvement in research and recognizes the pivotal role of patients in the development of recommendations and also for the management of or diagnosis of their diseases. Now, Elsa, why is it so important to have patients as collaborative research partners?
Well, you know that when patients are actively involved in research projects, and it can help shape methodology and improve research outcomes, and this will add real credibility to the results, and everything will be more credible. More importantly, it empowers patients by giving them their own voice. Based on the EULAR recommendations for the involvement of patient research partners in the rheumatology research, the 2023 update, I am very pleased that the EULAR task force leaders, it is common practice to involve at least 2 patient research partners in their projects. And this shows the EULAR commitment to collaboration, transparency, and patient-centered progress. So I'm very pleased.
And if I may add here, Elsa, EULAR also provides lay summary versions for recommendations. We've been doing that several years, and that's really relevant to patient audiences, and it encourages, hopefully, organizations to translate and disseminate them.
Thank you, Laura and Elsa, for these valuable insights, and I couldn't agree more that PRPs, patient research partners, and their involvement is a true win-win on all sides. And now, to move to a more formal part of our opening, however, one that I find particularly rewarding, the recognition of research that shapes the future. It's my privilege to welcome to the stage Professor Christian De Jaco, our EULAR scientific program chair. I wasn't sure from which side you're coming, but welcome, Christian.
Okay, now it works. So thank you, Daniel. EULAR 2025 has received over 5,100 abstract submissions into different categories, which were reviewed by over 450 reviewers, selecting the best research to be presented at the EULAR Congress.
In the category Basic Translational Science, the EULAR 2025 Abstract Awards go to Jason D. Turner, Antonio Giulia Cano, Miriam Ruiz Ponce, Alexandra Khmelievskaya, Christine Bolton, Pontip Intapibun, Recipients of the EULAR 2025 Abstract Award in Clinical Research are Davis Benfaremo, Axel Svedbom, Eduardo Cipoletta, John Tesser, represented by David Chernoff, who will be receiving the award on his behalf. Mia Rodjevich, Maria Suarez Almazor, honored in the HPR Abstract Awards category with a EULAR 2025 Abstract Award are Ninke Bakke, Signe Marie Appel, Yelis Pryor, the EULAR 2025 Abstract Award for the category Patient Perspective Pare Research Abstract Award goes to Nelle Kayers. recognized in the category Undergraduate Awards with a EULAR 2025 Abstract Award are Bharat Ramanathan, Chen Zi, The EULAR 2025 Abstract Awards for the category EULAR Abstract Award Forum go to Felici Costatino in the category Basic Translational Science, Eve Smith in the category Clinical Science,
Thank you, Christian, for the work for EULAR and the Congress. And yes, EULAR is proud to uphold a prestigious list of Europe's leading research institutions in rheumatology. These are recognized as centers of excellence, and these institutions are united by one common mission: to push the boundaries of science in rheumatic and musculoskeletal disease. Together, these centers form a dynamic network that not only leads groundbreaking research, but also shapes future generations of scientists and plays a vital role in developing health policy across Europe. As of this year, we have a total of 40 centers of excellence. I'm thrilled to see that the already 29 institutions are being joined by 11 new ones highlighted on the screen. So please welcome with me on stage Dr. Rike Helene-Mo, our Vice President for Health Professionals in Rheumatology, and Professor Jose Maria Alvaro Gracia, our Vice President for National Societies. I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm genuinely impressed by the expanding networks of centers of excellence showing this boosting scientific competitiveness in our field. And there are even more initiatives that EULAR supports focused on enhancing the knowledge of future medical doctors and young fellows in rheumatology.
Exactly. And this is why EULAR launched a new award, the best undergraduate teaching concept award that the first were just awarded, aiming to enhance the knowledge and reputation of rheumatology among undergraduate medical students. And winning this award will not only shine a spotlight on institutions that are leading the way in innovative medical education in the field of rheumatology, but also boost their visibility.
That is a great initiative which will help to promote the study of rheumatology among medical students and to inspire other institutions to adopt innovative educational strategies.
Yeah, and this award is all about the unique and creative approaches to education. So approaches that goes beyond the traditional patterns by introducing new ideas and methods and technology to enhance the learning experience and improve the educational outcomes, of course.
Well, thank you, Rike, and indeed an exciting new approach for rheumatology in education and certification. Ultimately, this could pave the way for advancing the knowledge in RMDs across Europe. With Rheuma Facts, EULAR has launched another pan-European initiative dedicated to the collection of data about rheumatic and musculoskeletal diseases and data on the resources available in the different countries to manage them. Now, Jose Maria, can you share some additional insights?
Yeah. In fact, the goal of Rheuma Facts is really to establish reliable, again we have the word reliable here, information to support things like data-driven advocacy actions, policymakers, and other things, mainly highlighting healthcare gaps and inequities around RMDs.
So to speak, a unique repository of all RMD-related information across Europe.
That is correct. It is a data repository that is based on current general health and RMD information that is mainly collected by the national associations, national societies of rheumatology. And this includes information like the number of rheumatologists, the number of rheumatology centers, other healthcare providers, and other things like treatments available, costs, university positions, or even gender inequities, etc. And I would like to take this opportunity really to thank and acknowledge the work of the national societies in this project. Thanks to them, researchers and other groups like funding agencies, researchers, policymakers, they will have the possibility of accessing this data, and this will help advance public health at the European level.
Well, thank you, Rike and Jose Maria, for your insights. Well, in our efforts to advance global health, EULAR works in close collaboration with our regional and continental partner leagues. I'm delighted to extend a warm welcome to our colleagues from ACR, AFLAR, APLAR, PANLAR, and all international associations joining us here in Barcelona. The results from the live poll shown earlier highlights the truly global reach of the EULAR Congress and underscores the relevance of our scientific programs to a diverse international audience. We are deeply grateful for this engagement and, again, for having you all here with us today in Barcelona. Through new initiatives such as the Global Equity Fund, an international fellowship program, and a mentorship program for researchers from regions with limited access to resources, we are committed to strengthening rheumatology research and education where it is most needed, both in Europe and all around the world, to improve care for patients everywhere. But besides our global engagement, we are also actively engaged in Brussels. If the last year was all about launching the EULAR manifesto here or in Vienna at the Congress, this year is about turning those commitments into real action. We are pushing forward, working hard to grow and energize the already active European Parliament Interest Group, a key driver in putting rheumatic and musculoskeletal diseases higher on the EU's health, employment, social and research agenda. This group brings together members of the European Parliament from across the EU and across party lines, all united by a shared cause, making sure rheumatic and musculoskeletal disease and the people living with these diseases get to step into the limelight of the European stage. But today, we are not in Brussels, we're here in Barcelona, excited about another great and inspiring EULAR Congress to begin. So as we draw the opening ceremony to a close, I want to take a moment to reflect, not just on what is ahead of us in the next couple of days, but also on what this moment means to me personally. This year we have prepared another rich and thoughtful program for you, from thought-provoking scientific sessions, abstract presentations, engaging poster tours, and of course the truly invaluable opportunities to network and truly believe that this helps spark lasting collaborations and friendships. Over the next 4 days, I encourage you to take full advantage of everything that is here at the Congress, everything this Congress has to offer. Connect with your peers and experts, dive into the latest research in rheumatology, and be part of the conversations that are shaping the future of patient care. Personally, I'm looking forward to some special things at the Congress, the fishbowl sessions, where we'll dive into pressing health policy topics, through guided open discussions, and I'm proud that we are also creating space for tackling complex and important topics in a session, for example, on gaslighting and unconscious bias. For me personally, this 2025 annual Congress in Barcelona also represents the last few days of my presidency. So it's a bit too early to conclude, but let me say this one thing. The journey with and the service for EULAR has been and is still incredibly rewarding and enriching, also on a personal level. But most importantly, many thanks to all who I had the opportunity to work with, but also the trust that everyone places into EULAR. Thank you for being here today from near and far, and I wish you an inspiring, memorable, and enjoyable EULAR 25 Congress in Barcelona, wherever you may come from. Thank you so much.